Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought we would do something fun that I have not done for a while. We're going to do my speedy makeup routine. We all have one, right? Those days where you have to be somewhere, you only have 3 to 5 minutes to throw on your makeup, but you still want to look presentable. You don't want to cut too many corners. This does happen to me very often, and we're going to go through kind of what I do and what I use and don't use, what I skip, to get myself all put together in a minimum amount of time. It should be a fun one. We are going to time myself as I do this. This typically takes me probably under 5 minutes. My guess is talking, it might take me just a little bit longer, but I'm excited to share with you guys the tools that I use, the tools that I skip, the products that I use to kind of multitask, and see what we can come up with. It should be a fun one. Hope you guys are excited. Before we get into it though, if you are new here, welcome. Please consider subscribing and make sure that your notifications are turned on. With all of that said, let's get right to it. Okay, so I have just a total of 9 products that we are going to be using today. That kind of sounds like a lot, but I did cut quite a few corners. We're going to be multitasking with a lot of these products today, and I'm only using 2 tools. Just a face brush and an eye brush, and then just my hands. And we are going to make do with that because I do find, especially with foundation application, with the right foundation, the hands are the quickest way to apply. All right, so we're going to jump right in. I've already done my skin prep, so let me get my stopwatch going. All right, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to start by taking a BB or CC cream. Today we're using the Cosmetics CC Illumination. I have the light version. It was between this and my Misha Snail Repair BB cream, which you guys know I also love. So this is 1 full pump of the foundation just on my hands. And again, we are just, oh, I was gonna tuck these hairs back out of the way. Just using my fingers today. I find it to be the quickest way. And I actually like applying a BB or CC cream with my hands. I think they give you the most coverage and blend. You have a lot more control with your hands in the quickest way. Like if you're in a hurry, but you really want maximum coverage, I just think your fingers do a really good job. I don't feel that way about every foundation, but I find particularly thicker foundations, BB and CC creams, creamier foundations, or I guess CC creams, work really well with your fingers. You just want to make sure that you wash your hands when you're done because they are going to be very dirty. And also, this I do all the time, whether I'm using my hands or not, but I always have a clean towel or rag sitting in my lap that I kind of wipe my hands off and my brushes off on as I'm applying my makeup. But basically, I just apply most of the product in the center and then kind of spread the excess kind of out along the edges and kind of wipe my fingers off and kind of go around the edges and kind of do what I do with the sponge. Just make sure nothing's gathering in any of my hairlines or those areas that tend to give you those makeup lines that we don't want. Okay, now we're going to use a little bit of concealer. Some days if I'm in an absolute hurry, I will skip a concealer if I don't have anything major to conceal and just deal with the medium coverage that my foundation or BB cream gives me. But I do want to do a little bit of concealing today. I'm just taking the Flower Beauty Concealer in Light, and we're just gonna apply a little bit of this right here under my eyes to a few of my little troublesome patches. And again, we're going to use my finger to blend this. I actually don't know that a finger is the quickest way to apply concealer, but if I'm in a hurry, I don't have time to wash and dampen a sponge, and I just kind of need to make do. You could also use a brush for this, but I just thought we would try to minimize the products that we're using, which is also helpful if you happen to be in the car applying your foundation. Hopefully as a passenger, this probably wouldn't be very safe to do while you are driving, unless you're really stopped in traffic, but anyways. I'm trying not to apply too much to my eyelids. I'm just kind of getting this little pocket here and out here because I'm not using a powder today to set. Again, just to cut a step. I'm not really looking for maximum longevity with this makeup. Say that I'm just maybe, for example, what happened to me this morning. I had a doctor's appointment for my son and literally had a couple of minutes to throw on some makeup, and sometimes you just have to cut steps to make things go faster. All right, we're going to now move on to the face. So I like to pick some multitaskers when I'm doing something that is minimal makeup. I actually like to use quite a bit of highlighter, which is also gonna double as my eyeshadow, and I like to pick a highlighter that is nice and bright. So today we're gonna use my MAC Double Gleam. But then for my cheeks, I like a kind of bronzer blush multitasking product. So either a blushy toned bronzer or a bronzy toned blush, or kind of more nude toned blush you could also use. I picked this for today. This is new to me. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Glow Bronzer and Blush. As you can see, this is kind of divvied up into kind of a highlighter and bronzer shades and then a blush shade over here. So you can kind of mix things together or isolate different sides depending on what you're using it for. So we're gonna kind of do that today. I'm gonna take this brush. This is Sydney Grace Face Powder Brush. It's nice and pointed, so this is going to be my full face brush. The tip of it we're going to use for highlighter, and the larger part we're going to use for bronzer and blush. Starting with more of a bronzer application, I'm just going to concentrate on kind of the bronzery side. I actually haven't done this with this product yet, but I have used it as like an all-over kind of blush bronzer, and I do like it. I think it's a really good shade for one of those multitasking products. Very versatile. Another option would be, I actually was maybe thinking about using my MAC So Natural, which is kind of a nude sort of, I don't know if I'd say it's a bronzy toned blush shade, but it's a very natural, kind of doubles as a warming bronzer and also blush at the same time. So I'm really just kind of just working this into kind of the hollows of my cheeks, onto the temples of my head. I'm just kind of sculpting out my face and adding some shape, but I'm not being very strategic with where I place this because again, we are in a hurry. Technically it is, no way, has it been 5 minutes? Okay, I'm talking way too much because this should not be taking me this long. Now we're gonna kind of do a large swirl of all the colors together, apply it a little further in, a little higher up, kind of meet back to where that bronzer was that we applied. Now I'm not sure I'm even gonna make it under 10 minutes because we're already at 6 minutes. How am I talking so much? Too many tips, just move on, Mandy. All right, and now we're going to go to my highlighter. Again, this is Double Gleam by MAC. Any good highlighter would do, just pick one of your favorites. Kind of wiping off that brush, I'm just taking this right in the tip of the brush. Apply a good amount of highlighter and just really work that onto the cheekbones. Work onto the brow bones as well. A little bit down the center of the nose. And I'm going to apply this also to my eyes while I have it kind of out and open. This is going to highlight just the inner part of my eyes. You could also use the eyeshadow brush that we'll use in the crease, but sometimes I will just pinch my bronzer or blush brush and kind of just use that. Just kind of get it all over. All right, now let's jump over to the eyes, back to that bronzer from Physicians Formula. We're just gonna concentrate in the bronze shade here and just work that up through the crease. And I just realized I technically am sort of in a hurry because it is 1:30 right now. It's been 7 minutes. And I have to pick my son up at 2 o'clock, so I picked a good day to do this video, not even realizing that it was going to be practical as well. Again, for the second time today. It's the second time I put my makeup on today. Okay, now let's move on to the brows. So all I'm gonna do in my brows today is pick a tinted brow gel. This is by far the fastest way to just kind of set and add color to your brows. I like picking one that's a little on the darker side. This shade is medium brown. This is the, is it Refi or Refi? I feel like, I don't know how to say it. Just gonna work that through the brows. I really like this brow gel. You have to be careful that you wipe off the excess though, or it can be very, very messy. And that's true with pretty much any tinted brow gel. All right, that's it for the brows. I'm gonna go back to that bronzer shade. I wanna run just a tiny bit of this under the outer corner of the lower lash line, just pinching that fluffy brush. And then I'm gonna apply a little bit of liner. You could skip this step. You guys know I can hardly ever skip my liner. It's honestly one of, I will almost skip my concealer or foundation before I'll skip my liner and mascara. I just can't live without this eyeliner. It is my third appendage. Plus I just think if you're doing minimal eye makeup or eyeshadow, having a little bit of line to kind of sculpt out the shape of your eyes, especially if you're a little bit older, does wonders for kind of elevating your eye look. It can be done quickly if you're, especially if you're practiced with an eyeliner. This eyeliner is so quick and easy to blend and apply. Plus I've used it so often that it really is very easy and quick for me. Now we're gonna throw on a couple coats of my Tower 28 mascara. I like to pick something that's gonna curl and give me good volume, good length. This is just a good general purpose mascara for that. Okay, we're already at 10 minutes. I really do think if I was by not talking and filming, this would definitely be like a 5 or 6 minute makeup look. Or I would take my lip gloss and liner or my mascara and apply them on my way out the door or in the car, which I would not advocate for doing for safety reasons, but sometimes we do things that we would not be proud of or advertise to the internet. Maybe I should cut that part out. I mean, do it at a stoplight. It's not like I do it while I'm driving. I'm not a crazy psychopath on the road. I would just advise, if you do take your mascara with you, to apply kind of on the go, or maybe when you get there, wherever it is that you're going, take a Q-tip with you as well, because 9 times out of 10, especially if I'm in a hurry and I'm putting mascara on, I am going to screw it up and get it on my brow bone or somewhere it's not supposed to be. So it's nice to have something to remove it. All right, and last for the lips, I'm just gonna throw in a bit of my Lush lip liner from Juvia's Place. Very likely, I'm just realizing I have some concealer I forgot to blend. Very likely I would just use whatever was in my purse. There's always a lip liner and a gloss in all of my go bags or purses, so I think I even have a lip liner and a lip balm or a gloss in my car console for emergencies such as this. All right, just a general overlining, and then I'm gonna throw on a brighter color, semi-opaque gloss. This is NYX Peaches and Cream. All right, there we go. Okay, 13 minutes. That was way longer than I had advertised. Truly, if I was doing this without the camera running on my own, without talking, I am certain that this would have taken me probably 5 minutes. But that is basically it. You may, when you're done, just want to go over and make sure that if you applied your concealer as it's kind of setting, you didn't put any powder on, just make sure you tap out any of those areas that your concealer starts to settle in some lines. But that is the finished quick makeup look. Again, I cannot emphasize to you guys how often I do something like this. I may vary the type of products that I use, maybe reach for some different things depending on what is sitting on my desk at the time, but this is generally kind of what I go for. Multitasking my bronzer, my highlighter, picking a good curling mascara, a good brighter lip gloss is gonna give me a little bit of color, and just not using as many tools or as many steps. But this is the completed look. I still feel very put together. I would be perfectly comfortable going out and about in this makeup look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video today. How often do you guys do this? Throw your makeup on in a big hurry. Are there certain steps that you skip or that you never skip? I would love to know. Let me know down in the comments below, because I know that we all do it a little bit differently. Let me know your thoughts on this look. How do you like the background? We're trying out like a naked background today. I do feel a little bit weird because I've had that fiddle fig tree in every video since I think the day I started YouTube 7 years ago. I don't know. Maybe we'll go back to what I was doing before, but I kind of like the clean background. Let me know what you guys think about that as well. Thank you guys so much for watching this video today. I hope that you guys are all doing well. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye. It's still here, looking very sad and lonely in the corner, but